Yo guys, what's up? I decided to do a little early with this this phase with the gearing guides, and so many of you have asked and are curious about what we look like in phase 3. So here you go. A phase 3 gearing guide for you beautiful people, okay? Same thing as phase 1 and phase 2. Just gonna show you what options we have in tier 6 and what's best in slot so you guys can get some guidelines and stuff, okay? Note is I'm a little sick right now, so I don't sound normal. Bear with me. Gotta get it done anyway, right? First off, before we begin, you know I gotta shout out the Warlock Discord, right? The go-to place for any budding or experienced Warlock. You can find all relevant and most importantly, the correct information in this Discord server. Please feel free to stop by and check out for yourself. The link will be below in the description. Next up, let's talk about gyms real quick. With phase 3 launch brings some new gyms to the game. We don't get a new meta gym, but that's okay because our meta gym is overpowered anyway. But we get a bunch of new epic gyms and shit we can put in the other slots. At first glance, it might not seem like they're big upgrades, but combine them with all your other gyms and it's actually a huge upgrade. So we don't get a new meta gym, obviously, like I said, but we get a new blue gym, we get new reds, we get new hit gyms, we get new, orange gyms or whatever. This is like the Veiled Noble Topaz. This was the Rune Living, right? You see, it's just direct upgrades. Use these crit ones, obviously, and only for your seed set when you're full crit or you want to split it. Your blue sockets now become this. It's, and we get some more gyms that come up in with the haste gyms, but that there's not going to be out yet. I mean, unless Blizzard puts them out. But we're going to assume that they're not going to put them out. But yeah, so expect some new gyms, which is kind of cool. They're going to be expensive when they start, just a heads up. And now we can talk about tier 6 for a while, because as you know, tier 5 wasn't that exciting for us gear-wise, right? Well, let's talk about some tier 6 stuff. First off, our bonuses. Our 2 set for this, each time one of your corruption or immolate deals damage, you heal for 70 health. It's absolutely ass. Don't even worry about that. But what's not ass is the 4-piece. Increases the damage dealt by your Shadow Bolt and Incinerate abilities by 6%. That is huge. That is, the napkin math on that is about 120 to 130 spell power. That's about worth, okay? So it's a big deal. And with another new thing that comes with this is we have 8 pieces of tier in here, right? Instead of the 5. So you have hood, gloves, legs, and mantle, right? These are the ones that you'll be most like. These are the ones you'll actually be wearing because you're going to want the 4C, right? These are actually the 4-piece that you will be wearing. These are already powered. You don't get any haste on these yet, but they all just going to have a nice chunky, they have a nice good amount of spell power on each. They each have crit, they each have hit, they each got a socket. It's really good. And then switch over to the next ones. You have one more piece here. What you're gonna notice here is we have 4 pieces, but we only have 1 piece that comes from Black Temple. The rest are in Sunwell. These are the ones that actually have haste on it, right? We're not quite there, but we're almost there. So once we get into Sunwell, these are the last bosses. I included them on this because they just went with tier 6. But just know that these are in phase 5. These are not out yet, okay? But look how juicy they look. Oh, it's beautiful. And the robe, you don't really use the robe because we have vestments, right? If you don't have vestments, we'll get there when we get to the chest, but the robe is on this page because it's not really the one you use. But you can use it. Not, nothing against it. Yeah, tier 6 pretty cool. As you know, tier 6 is the one with the flapping wings and all that. It's so dope. You can't wait to see it. All right, on the heads, we actually have 2 really good headpieces that drop from here. We have the Cowl, the Eldari High Lord, which is, a meta and a blue socket. We got some hit, crit, and spell power on both of these. Obviously, Cowl looks like it's a little bit better because it has the crit, so it is a little bit better. However, you're going to want to connect that 4 set, which is why you're going to end up wearing Malefic. And not only to connect the 4 set, but also because the headpiece is what gives you the wing animation too. So you're going to want it. All right, so at this time, most of us have some King's Talisman, and to be honest, it's not that bad of a neck. However, we do have an upgrade, and it might not be a drastic upgrade, but 5 spell power and swap with the hit rating, it is a pretty big upgrade. And also, Fire Destro for you pumpers, you also get an upgrade here, which is Hellfire Encased Pendant, 51 fire damage, and 24 crit rating. So we get solid things here. And I would also like to talk about both the JC necks. Yes, I know there's a third one, I just don't care. I'm talking about Eye of the Night and Chain of the Twilight Owl. These should be used and active at all times in your party. Look, I know it sucks sometimes to take off your pumper neck, but these necks aren't actually that bad in stats, plus they buff your party, making it extremely worth. Get them, and please do not beat that guy. All right, so these are the 2 new shoulders that we get. Well, there's actually 4 new shoulders, but these are the 2 big ones. We got Mantle of the Nimble Thought, which is actually a pattern trash drop in Mount Hydro for tailors, and it's actually our first piece of gear with static haste on it, which is really cool. And then the other one is our T6 shoulders, which is Mantle of the Malefic. There's 2 gems, 21 hit, 13 crit, and 46 spell power. We really like Mantle of Nimble Thought because we really like haste. The issue is we really want to connect our 4 set, right? Our T6 4 set. So you probably end up using these. And as well as, unless you don't have vestments, and then you could use your T6 robe, and then you could use these. But that's for later. And you have 2 more shoulders that actually really aren't that bad either. You're just lacking, obviously, compared to what you see over here, you're lacking haste on this one. You're lacking gems on this one. This one's just a flat thing, no hit on it, so it's not really going to seem like it's worth it. But they're really not that bad of the ones to get. But you're going to obviously want to connect your 4-piece. And if you're not connecting your 4-piece with this, then you're going to end up using Mantle. Cloakersons. Okay, so we have the Nether Void Cloak, which is huge. I remember using this for so long in private servers. 18 hit, 53 spell damage. And of course, the other one is going to be Cloak of Ildari Council, which is 25 crit and 42 spell power. But hold on. Wait, there's more. It's a healer cloak. But this healer cloak has 32 haste rating. And yeah, we still get that 23 spell power, but what's important is that 32 haste rating. That's actually going to most likely be our BiS. Now, this is drops off Illidan. This is going to be very hard to get. We are not going to easily be able to get this, but just know that it's a lot of haste, and it is good for us. Okay, next up, chest. It could probably be the most boring part of it because, well, I don't want to say it's boring because it's never boring if you got vestments, right? But vestments will probably end up BiS here. In this situation, you want to use vestments over T6 robe because look how much better. You can see it's that much better. Look, it's 31 crit you get off of it. It's really nice. And then robes, just these robes, they're garbage. Don't even worry about these. I just put them up here just kind of like to let you know, hey guys, there's some other robes here. But those are the other robes that drop in tier 6. Robes of Ronin, don't worry about them. Back to these ones. You're going to want to wear the late vestments unless you don't have vestments. If you do not have vestments, then obviously you can wear T6 robe, and that will let you use mantle of the nimble thought ones, right? So, but in a perfect world, you already have vestments, you know. But I know some other, we still got a month or two until T6, so hopefully, pray to God you guys get it. But you want it. That's how good it is. This is why it's such an urgent thing for us, right? Up next is the bracers of Nimble Thought, which are going to be your BiS boy bracers. These are amazing. And no, it's not a set bonus with the other Nimble Thought. I do not know why it's not. That's kind of weird. But these are also your second piece that you have a haste connection with. How exciting is that? 28 haste, 34 spell power. Haste is huge for us, like I said earlier. So these are what you're going to want out of those. The other ones coming up are Cuffs of Devastation and Focused Mana Binds. I wouldn't really worry about them. This one's kind of not bad because it doesn't have a socket in there. You get some good spell power out of it, but just know that, it's nothing's going to be better than Braces of Nimble Thought. Anything underneath this is just going to be stuff that you wear for that time being. All right, gloves. There actually literally is no other gloves for me to put on here besides these, guys. So yeah, T6 gloves. There's literally not another pair to even drop. So you're just going to rock these. 46 spell power, 19 crit rating, 11 hit rating, and a socket. Enjoy. Have fun. All right, next up is the belts. Obviously, right now, a large majority of us will be wearing belts of blasting. So let's see what it upgrades into. We actually get 2 belts here. The first one being from Supremist and Black Temple. It's called Waist Wrap of Infinity with the juicy 32 haste and 56 spell power. This is very good because it has haste, like I said. And the other belt, which is actually going to be BiS, is Anatheron's Noose, who drops off of Anatheron in Mount Hydril with 55 spell power, 24 crit rating, and 2 sockets. Yes, I know the haste is nice, but to be honest, that 2 sockets, which you being able to put 2 12s in there, 24 more spell power on top of that is just going to win it out, in my opinion. But either way, these are both really good belts, and they both beat out Belt of Blasting. Legs are kind of cool. We get actually some good legs in here, right? We get legs of Devastation, which actually aren't that good. Well, they're not bad. 60 spell power, 26 hit rating, and 3 sockets. The thing is, we just don't really need hit right now. We're not really going to want hit, so pretty much anything that just comes with hit on it, we're not going to want, most likely. So leggings, not for right now, at least. Leggings of Channeled Elements, by the way, which are extremely good with 3 sockets, 18 hit, 34 crit, and 59 spell power. These are so good. And then you also have Leggings of Malefic, which obviously are going to be your connecting piece, your last connecting piece for your T6, right? And if you look at stats wise, they are good stats. The stats look like it's better than Leggings of Channeled, but you have 2 extra gems on Ladies of Channel with a better socket bonus as well. So what happens a lot of the times here, I will, to be honest, a big question, I guess you could say, I get asked a lot is, do I wear leggings? Do I wear T6 pants and then vestments, or do I wear T6 robe and then Leggings of Channeled Elements? And for that, I say, sim it yourself on your own character and find out. But I have simmed it. We've had a lot of people sim it, and it always comes out to vestments and T6 pants being better than all of the alternative. Now, that being said, what if you didn't get vestments? Then obviously you know what you need to do, right? Yeah, you can get these, or there's so many things that you can mix and match with it, and there's even more because when Sunwell comes out, you get 3 more pieces of T6, which makes it even better. So it's kind of cool. Anyway, on to the next one, which is going to be boots, which means we have the Slippers of the Sea Car, and this is going to blow your mind when I show you the next 2 boots. Yeah, there's your rank. There's your boots, guys. These are pretty much the 3 boots in the game right now. These are how long Frozen Shadowy boots were halfway decent for. These are how long Boots of Blasting were halfway decent for. Slippers of the Sea Car are what you're going to try to be replacing out of this, right? 2 sockets, 29 crit rating, 44 spell power. You're just going to want to get them. They come off the first boss in Black Temple. Rings. First one is the Band of Eternal Siege. Now, many of you guys have got the Band of whatever the hell it's called. Band of Eternity. The one, the Mount Hydril quest. Two-Minute Turn one. Yeah, that one. You know what I'm talking about? Well, that one upgrades, like I said earlier. And look what it upgrades into. This is the final form Super Saiyan mode ring. 24 crit, 34 spell power, and your offensive spells have a chance on hit to increase your spell damage by 95 for 10 seconds. Fucking crazy, right? So that's a really good ring you're going to have. Ring of Capture Storms with the first boss in Black Temple. Hit, crit, major spell power on it. Beautiful ring. And last, and certainly not least, but BiS. Ring of Ancient Knowledge. This drops off of trash. This dropped a lot off trash on private servers. I don't know if that correlates to anything that Blizzard has to do, but know that this has 31 haste and 39 spell power, and is absolutely best in slot, and I hope you guys get it right away. The thing about this is you need 2 of them. You can actually wear 2 of them. What I remember doing a lot of the times was going back and forth from needing hit from my ring here and not needing it from here. I also was taken in and out of the LE group a lot. So if you're one of the Warlocks who is not consistently in the LE group, then obviously you might want to you need to take a wink at, you're going to want Ring of Capture Stars, take a wink at it, right? But other than that, you want to get these right away. You're not going to get these right away because you might get 1, but you got to remember mages, every caster wants this. So you're not going to be, I mean, unless you're an asshole, you're not really going to get 2 before like all the other casters get 1, right? But that is the goal, by the way. Trinkets. All right. Well, I'm here to tell you that Quag's Eye is still very fucking good. It's a little bit better. I don't know how to make it, if that makes sense, but it's a little bit better because it scales with your gear in a weird way because it's I don't know. You know what? Just know that it's fucking good still, and why I like it is because it's haste. I like it because it's haste on top of more haste than I'm going to be getting. You might not be getting a lot of haste right now, but you are getting a little bit of haste, and haste is better with, well, surprise, more haste. So you'll still be using this on trash packs, on seeding, you know, anything where I'm standing still and just pumping, I might still use this. If I cannot get a wasted Quags proc, I might use Quags. Now, Mark of the Champion, you already know what that is. 85 spell damage to anything undead or demons. This came out of Nax. This is the whole reason I told you guys to get this, is because this is the tier that this is actually kind of important. This would be almost best in slot to use. Not almost, it is. I'd say this is best in slot to use for a lot of the bosses that are, I thought every boss in Mount Hyjal, I believe, is undead or demon. More than half of Black Temple's undead or demon, so get ready for it, okay? All right, and the ultimate BiS showdown of the Century World, Craig, the Skull Gul'dan. 25 hit rating, 55 spell damage. On use, tap into the power of the skull, increasing spell haste by 175 for 20 seconds. You guys know what this trinket is. This is every Warlock's dream. This is BiS for Warlocks. This is BiS for other people. This should be proud to Warlocks. We need that. We can use every bit of that hit. We can use every bit of that spell power. And oh my god, we can use every bit of that fucking haste. And last but not least, the Dark Moonfair trinket card. Each time you deal damage, you get 8 attack power. I mean 8 spell damage, sorry. Right? It stacks up to 10 times, which obviously 8 times 10 is 80 spell power. Now, that means at a fight starts, I put my curse up, and then I spam Shadow Bolts. That's 1 curse and 9 Shadow Bolts later. I have 80 spell power permanently up there until, of course, it falls off. For every 10 seconds, it can fall off. You need to be able to refresh it. Refresh it with abilities, right? You have to do damage to refresh it. Now, the thing about this that makes this really cool is on private servers, and some people told me they did this on the old TBC, is you can actually use Hellfire to proc this. So you can be standing there before pool, way before pool, and use Hellfire 10 times and stack that trinket up to 10 times and start that fight with 80 spell power. Problem with that, some people in the comments on Wowhead and other stuff said that back in 2007 or 8 or whenever this was, they were not able to do this. Another issue I have with that is people that I know and trust have told me that they have. So this is why it says, nope, we are unsure what we're doing with this. That being said, even if you are able to permanently keep this up, if you have Mark, you would still be running Mark with your skull. Okay, this is still going to be 5 more. Obviously, demons and undead. Outside of demons and undead, I think this will get a lot of value. Where it goes, if it's a situation, if this doesn't work, obviously I'm going to use Quags a lot of the time. Quags and skull. If you can Hellfire stack this, I'll probably be using this most of the time. I would probably use this over. I don't know if I have in the past. I have used it over Quags, but in private servers. But I have actually learned to fall in love with Quags more recently, as long as I can get value out of that proc and it's not wasted on like a curse or multi-dotting or something. I just ranted about trinkets for 5 minutes. I'm sorry. Yeah, but yeah, there you go. All right, on to weapons. Starting with Atish, okay? So if you have been an Atish holder this whole time, you're a champ, bro. You are a 100% Chad, okay? So I think it's time for you guys to get rid of it. I would say you should probably use it for the, 4 tier 6 and then swap out of it early or later. And maybe a raid leader can reward you with something sexy like a Zardoom. Seems kind of fair, right? But yeah, anyway, I'm not your raid leader, so I can't tell them to give you that. But just know that Zardoom is very good. 36 crit rating, 55 haste, and 259 spell power. This is a staff, meaning you can only have a 2-hander, not a main hand and an offhand, which typically beats out all the staffs. In this situation, I feel like it might be a little bit different. We've ran sims on this because there's a lot of haste. Okay, so the hit from the offhand and the Tempest of Chaos we don't need. But the haste is huge. Like the haste is very big. So there's an argument that you can say to not even use Tempest of Chaos or Chronicles and use Zardoom. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. I probably will run TOC and Chronicles. And also, sim-wise, for Alliance, Zardoom actually does sim higher than TOC and Chronicles, the Chronicle lineup, because of the hit that you get from the Draenei. And also Zardoom actually is literally on par. Like tit for tat, TOC. The main hand offhand setup with Zardoom is like the same for Horde pretty much. So it's like, you know what I mean? And obviously if you don't guide either of those, you need to go get the arena one. This is the arena version of it. 247 spell power, 17 hit. Not as good as the other ones. Actually garbage compared to the other ones, I kind of feel like. But if you don't got a weapon, you don't got a choice. On to the offhands. At this point, you're wearing Fathom Stone. Unless you're Fire Destro, then you're wearing Flame Tongue Seal. Well, guess what? You get to replace it, but not with this, because this is actually trash. But I showed it because it does drop in T6, and this is the point of this, right? Blind Seer's Icon, garbage, 24 hit, garbage, 42 spell power. Next is the one that everybody in the world will want, which is quite literally pretty much the same thing as what I just said, except for you get some hit, you get some crit on it as well. Now, this drops off the first boss inside of Mount Hydril, and every Warlock will want it, so good luck. But at the same time, 17 hit rating, 23 crit rating, and 42 spell power. It's looking juicy. And last but not least, the wand. The wands. Guess what? There's only one wand. It's the wand that you have right now. Wand of Forgotten Star. Well, I don't know about right now, but you should have this in the meantime, right? 11 hit, 14 crit, 23 spell power. It's kind of crazy. And also, if you think I'm joking, this is the Black Temple wand that you get. Or garbage, that is. 25 hit. 25 spell power, 13 hit. Trash, guys. Wand of Forgotten Star. Get it if you haven't got it yet and keep it. Hold on to your dear life. And that's it. Just a quick one for you guys, man. I hope I didn't take too long. I hope I didn't talk too fast. Please follow me on twitch.tv/Crix Gaming if you want some more content, man. I'm sick. I'm going to go take my ass to bed. Actually, I know I'm not because I have to raid today. So I'm actually going to start stream. And then I'm going to raid. And then I'm going to take my ass to bed. Love this video. I love you guys. Peace.